Hello, this is Shannon with Kayak Fishing Virginia Beach again. Today what I'm going to do is show you how to add deck lashing to the front of your kayak. In particular, I'm using mine as a paddle catch. What you're going to be using is 3 nylon pad eyes and 2 nylon, I call them J hooks. They're probably not J hooks, but anyway. And what we're going to do is, on my Hobie, on the inside of each one, right here, we're going to install one of these J hooks facing to the outside. Hold on to stuff. Approximately like that. Then that's going to be on each side. Then on the front of my kayak, I will be putting deck loops there and there, and one deck loop here in the front. And what that will give me is a crisscross pattern here and here and a straight line across. That way I'll have a paddle catch, and if I want to use it to hold anything down on the front of my kayak. So stay tuned and we will get started. Okay, first what we're going to do is put our J hooks in. Again, these will be turned to back towards the back of the boat, angled, and I'm going to mark them with my Sharpie. Today I'm going to be attaching these with, well, my Sharpie won't go all the way through, but right here's where I want my J hook. I'm marking the other side just the same. Since none of these bungees will be load bearing, I'm going to be installing them with blind rivets that are trifold that expand on the back side when you use them. When you drill your hole, make it just a hair smaller than your rivet. We're also going to be sealing the hole with Lexan, excuse me, Lexel, not Lexan fiberglass, but Lexel sealant, so that everything's watertight when we're done. As you can see, I've laid out where I want my pad eyes, just like my J hooks. I'm going to mark one of the dots with my Sharpie. Now, the reason I'm only marking one of the holes with my Sharpie is you will want to drill that hole, insert your rivet, but you don't want to expand the rivet yet. You're going to use your pad eye as your gauge for where your next hole needs to be drilled. So what we'll do is we come out, I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes here. Alright, so we drilled our first set of holes. Take your rivet that you're using, and you can see there that it's not really going to fit yet, so you may have to ream it out a little. Because you do want to keep a tight fit. And I need to just a little bit more. In fact, I probably needed to use one size larger on my drill bit. In fact, I'm going to have to use one size larger on my drill bit. Some of this is kind of touch and go, but it's better to start small and go bigger. Okay, as you can see, I have the pad eyes on here. I just have the rivets stuck down in the hole so that the pad eye doesn't go anywhere. And I'm using that to hold my rivet in place, so that you can see that is how I'm marking the hole for where I'm putting my next hole, drilling my next hole. And that's always important to do that, because otherwise you may put the hole a little too far out, a little too far in, then you have to drill another hole to replace it, and now you've got a excess hole in your boat. This is my Lexel sealant, and what you want to do is put a generous amount in each hole. Lexel comes in 2 different colors, which I've stated in another video. It's clear, which is what I'm using, and white. Lexel takes about a half hour to set where it's no longer tacky. It takes approximately 24 hours to actually cure. Once it sets though, your kayak will be properly sealed, and it also helps bond your rivets to your hole, so again, to properly seal everything. What I was saying about Lexel, the nice thing is it's one of the nice sealants that will actually bond to polypropylene, which is what your kayaks are normally made of. So right now I'm just putting my rivets in to my deck loops, pad eyes, whichever you prefer to call it. Okay, next thing you'll want to do is just take your rivet gun, stick it on your rivet, and just tighten her down. Almost ready to do the second one. That takes care of our first pad eye. We'll take and go through the next 2. We'll also do the same thing with our J hooks, and here in just a minute we'll show you how to run your bungee for the rest of your paddle catch. Our last step in getting our deck lashing paddle catch done is you need a length of bungee. This is 1/4 inch bungee. I have approximately just 6.5 feet, give or take a couple inches. What you need to do is run one end through your front 2 pad eyes, and go ahead and run it through your third just so it stays in place. Grab this, bring it back, and crisscross it. Hook it in your J's, and that will give you approximately, let you know that your length is correct. What I'm going to do is unhook it from my J hooks. Take your end, make sure it's through your front pad eye. You only need one end through the front pad eye. I'm going to tie just a normal square knot here at the end of this, or overhand knot. I get them confused sometimes. Pull that down tight. We now have our bungee set. Come over here, hook it in our J's, and right there is our paddle catch. Okay, so now that we've got our deck lashing done, and you can see there we go. Granted, works a whole lot easier when you're actually in your kayak, but that holds our paddle in place when you're out fishing. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.